The Leo football team bounced back from a devastating overtime loss to New Haven by traveling up to Kendallville and earning a tough road win, 14-7 versus East Noble, keeping hope alive in the race for the NE8 title and earning the Lions SummitCitySports Team of the Week.
We have to win that game, otherwise we're kind of like out of the conference championship race. Like New Haven, we don't know if they'll lose again, so if we lose twice, then we're basically out of it. So we knew that was like a must-win game for us.
We know we're a good team, and it was really important that we won this next game at Kendallville, and we're glad that we did. We focused really well in practice and worked hard.
Yeah, tremendous effort after a disappointing loss the week before and bouncing back, and give a lot of credit to our kids because they're a resilient bunch.
Against one of the better rushing attacks in the state, junior defensive end and Division I recruit Brock Schott recorded a season-high 11 tackles, 3 sacks, and 5 tackles for a loss, holding East Noble to just 126 yards rushing for an average of 3.4 yards per carry.
Brock has definitely put the work in. I mean, you can visually see that. You can see it in the stats. 11 tackles as a DN is pretty impressive. Every time he's on the line, you can trust him to get to the quarterback fast enough. They were kind of like pulling at me. I feel like for most of the tackles, they were pulling at me. I was just kind of avoid the pull and try to find the ball as fast as I could and just fly to the ball.
He is often the best player on the field, and last Friday he was nearly unblockable, and he came up with some big stops, not just in the run game, but passing situations. He has the ability to get to the quarterback without us blitzing and put great pressure on the quarterback. He's a heck of a player.
The week prior against the Bulldogs, Landon Hepner had an exceptional game at cornerback, igniting the coach's confidence in the defensive backfield.
Hepner, are you kidding me?
As a junior, him stepping up to cover Mylan Graham is a huge thing. I don't feel like Landon gets enough credit for what he does, and he works hard. He's one of the hardest workers on the whole team. Day in and day out, he's Zooming with coaches and talking to coaches, and I work out with him a lot. We all work out here a lot after hours really too. So just getting that work in with Landon has really been beneficial. So that was a huge game for him.
With guys like Hepner, Caden Hurst, Jax Keller, and Cam Zeisloff roaming the defensive backfield, the Lions knew they could concentrate on the Knights' run game, running a man defense.
If we played cover zero or man, whatever you want to call it, the rest of the season, I feel like that we'd give them enough time to have the D-line or linebackers blitz or whatever they do up there and just have them get the quarterback. I have full faith in my ability and our DB's ability to cover their man. So,
guys like you just mentioned, Landon, Camden, Caden does a great job. Jackson Keller is playing man-to-man in some situations. So those guys, it's a lot of pressure because you have no help over the top. You screw up, it's a touchdown, as opposed to maybe a first down. They were up to the challenge. They did a great job. We had one mix-up late in the fourth quarter, but other than that, outstanding job.
Zeisloft, a senior safety, had a season-high 7 tackles to go with 2 interceptions.
We were playing man across the whole board, so knowing that there's no one over top, you just got to stay with your man the whole time and not keep your eyes out of the backfield, really. So he threw it up, and as a DB, it's ball. So the ball went up, and I just had to come down with it. So
the second one he almost took to the house.
It was 14-7 coming down to the wire. He was getting pressured, so he threw it up, and I got it. And I took off thinking that someone behind me was going to catch me, but little did I know that Xander, my cousin, was going to book it down the sideline. So I was looking down most of the time, and then I looked up, and 15 yards away, he was there, and I was like, dude, why are you there? And then he tackled me, and he was like, not today, Cam. And I was like, well, there goes a pick 6. So thank you, Xander.
Getting tackled by the quarterback, the guys had some jokes for him.
Instantly, and still are giving me crap for getting knocked down. So
offensively, Leo concentrated on the run game, winning the time of possession battle by 8 minutes with dynamic quarterback Kyler Decker and running back Brett Fuller. Fuller had 100 yards rushing on 22 carries with 2 touchdowns, and now has 5 rushing touchdowns the past 3 games.
Brett ran the ball well. With us, doing a little bit of some different things on defense, Brett's been freed up defensively, and he kind of has taken on more of a load on offense. And it's nice to have a fresh running back as opposed to a guy that's running all over the field and playing both ways. So the biggest thing in what we've improved on from last year is just protecting the football. I think We have 4 offensive turnovers in 5 games.
They were a great team. I was really glad I could bust out a couple good runs. It started off a little slow at first, but we ended up picking things up. When the run game didn't work, we went to passing. It's nice to have weapons on both sides.
And the Lions have the ultimate weapon with Ohio University commit Caden Hurst, who has 3 kickoff returns for a touchdown, 739 total yards of offense with 3 more scores, and an interception through 5 games. Sitting with a 3-2 record, having lost games against Class 4A number 2 Kokomo and number 9 New Haven, head coach Jason Dorfler feels good about his team. And you better believe Leo's in this for the long haul in a very tough Sectional 19.
I think the loss at Kokomo, because we really outplayed them. We felt like we deserved to win, and there was a couple things there at the end that we didn't do right, but it gave us a little bit of confidence. I mean, the 2 losses that we have, teams are 5-0 each, so we know we can compete with some of the best. Gives us a little bit of confidence moving forward that, you know, whoever we play, we can match up with and compete with.
Really, we just got to take it each week at a time. What we're trying to do, focus on the team ahead. Don't try to overlook teams, because that's when you can slip up and get beat. So we're going to take it each week at a time and just do our best to win each game.
I mean, we can't overlook Belmont. Last year's game, we win that game. Most of everyone was like, yeah, we're going to beat Belmont. But I mean, 7-7 at halftime, and we can't do that any game. So we're going to go into every game the same as we'd go into Kokomo or New Haven, and we're going to smack them, and we're going to try as hard as we can.
For Summit City Sports, I'm Jeff Mahoney. Masters Heating and Cooling presents today's Football Team of the Week. Make Masters your only call for all your heating and cooling needs, because Masters gets there faster. Call 866-824-HEAT or log on to mastersheatcool.com when you need them.